Hey guys, Steak here for Games Defined, and this is part 2 of modelling the Machete. Like I mentioned in the previous video, we're going to do the blade, and we're going to do the hardware, and a few little extras on the handle. So firstly, what we're going to do is delete, actually we're just going to move that out of the way, and we're going to grab a plane, and we're going to start making the shape of this. We're just going to do the black bit for now, and then we're going to go on and do the actual sharp bit. So first what we want to do is just draw a plane any size, not too big, and change the length and width segments down to 1. Add an edit poly or convert to an editable poly, it's up to you, and Alt and X to get it in X-ray mode. I'm just going to move it forward and then start dragging these vertices around. I'm just gonna put it behind the blade, the handle even, and then start moving these about. And then in edge mode, move them properly. Don't worry about the angles because we're gonna go back and sort them out. Okay, one more, just like that. Then we're gonna go into vertex mode and then just move these about. Looks like we need to add a line down here, which we'll sort out after. Just drag them down to the silver part. In fact, I'm going to get them straightened up even. Should have done this to start with, and that one's fine. Just like this. Let's see. So let's just move this one out like that. Now if we go to Swift Loop and just add a Swift Loop up here and then drag it down, then what we're going to do is we're going to select all these. Moving that one, and then we're going to connect so we can get a better resolution on this. See, this has now got 5 sides, so we don't especially want that, so just Control and backspace for that. That gives you 4 edges. Now that part's done, we're going to go to edge mode and select these these edges that are going to be dragged down to form the sharp blade. Holding shift, just drag it out any shape, make it easy for yourself, just drag it in line and straighten these out a bit. This is going to be turbo smoothed, so but before I turbo smooth it, I'm going to show you a way to smooth it without having to turbo smooth it. And you'd have these edges sharp like that, but if you added more resolution yourself with the Swift Loop, then you'd get away with being able to do it, and also it is the best way, especially if you're modeling for games. But if you want a high detailed model, then you want turbo smooth. So now what we're going to do is go back to front view. These should already be selected if you're on edge mode, and go to the top view and just drag them in the Y direction up to, it's up to you. In fact, I want to select all of them. It's up to you how far you want it back, your preference, depending on how thick you want the blade. I'm just going to do it like this. I'm happy with that, and then I'm going to isolate that because we don't really need it at the minute. Don't really need everything else back there. Like that, I'm happy with that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to select, no, we don't want that. We're going to select all these edges. Yep, that's the one. I'm going to select these. So we want this, we don't want the actual blade apart from this section here, we want that. And then go to top view and we want to hold shift and drag it out till it meets this line, the line that we dragged out, so like that. And then we want to go to vertex mode down here, or just press 1 and right click target weld, and you want to target weld this vertex to this vertex, just like that. And on the other side we want to do the same thing. In fact, no, we don't want to do it for that one, just this bottom one will do. In fact, let's, well, okay, no, it's fine, just leave it as it is. Now what we want to do is, in top view, firstly I'm just, oh, we have a problem here. Let's just move these, let's just move these back. Right, like that, that looks, yeah, you know, just don't worry about that bit for now. In top view, first thing we're going to do is go to hierarchy tab, effect pivot only, center to object, and then we're going to, in edge mode, we're going to select any of the edges along here, and then we're going to add a symmetry modifier. See, this happens, which is not really what we want. So we want Z, and it should snap together depending on which way you did it. You know, you have to mess around with these because I've done it in the front view, but you might have done it in the top view. So again, it just depends on which view you did it in. So just go to the top view, click the symmetry plus and click mirror just to make sure it's attached together. So when it snaps together, that means it's connected, and just look around. So let's see what problem we have here. Okay, so if just come to edit the edit poly, and it seems like we might have to maybe move these and then move the mirror. Yeah, we're still getting some problems here. Let's go to top view and F3, and I really don't understand. Okay, right, let's try and sort through this. So that side's not a problem. Maybe select those there and click remove. Just drag the mirror back till it snaps. Oops. It's gone a bit too far. Right, that sorted the problem. Hopefully you didn't have that problem, but yeah, it's fine, it's sorted now. And while we're here, it's a perfect time to talk about that alternative method for smoothing. As you can see here, don't know if you can see, these sections here aren't on the same smoothing group. So go to editable poly, the edit poly, and select these two. I think that was them. In fact, select all of them and click clear all, and it's still doing that. Anyway, just select them all and then click one, and you'll see it's all smoothed out. Then what we want to do is just select the blades, and then click another smoothing group, and that's not worked. Anyway, I'll go over that in a separate video, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Just clear all of that and get it back to how it was. So once it's happy, or once you're happy with how it looks, you want to right click symmetry and collapse to, click hold yes, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to just add a turbo smooth with 2 iterations and isoline display so we see the original lines. Then what I want to do is add some sharpness to this blade, because right now that is pretty useless. So we're going to use a swift loop again, and we're going to sharpen this edge here. It doesn't really matter that it's further down from the top down here, because it's not that it's not that important. So then we're going to do this blade down here, and the same over here. And we're just gonna make sure that's clicked in edge mode. Oops. We're just gonna move this line to the front view so it lines up, so we've got same amount of sharpness either side. So already that's looking a lot better. Looks like it might actually cut something now. So now we're going to get the definition on the blade. So we're going to select, we're going to select these edges, probably easier in front view. Yep. Then we're going to connect and slide it down till it meets the line. And as you can see, it adds a bit of definition, but we're going to add some more by doing the same on the other side, like that, and just click OK because it should do the same thing as mine. And you can definitely see the blade now. So down here we're just gonna add some more. We actually don't need, if your polygon selection looks like this, just press F2 and that will sort that out. Don't actually need these because we're not really going to see them, because they'll be inside the handle, but maybe still, just to be sure. In this section up here, we want to add some lines down here, so click one of them, and Alt R, and that rings them. Is a shortcut I've only just found out about. Okay, we don't want them. Okay, you know what, just too many problems. Don't want them selected or them. Yeah, we'll worry about the underside after. So then we want to connect, take the slide off, back to 0, go on. In fact, we're just going to do one side for now. Connect that actually. And do 2 edges. Just like that, and just want to delete these because you don't actually need them. And then see if you're happy with that. I'm happy with that. Seems pretty sharp. So in the front view, can we see anything? No. So that's the blade done. I'm just going to add a material to it. Just get the specular to blue or something, diffuse to dark, and the specular up to 40 or something. This is going to be my default material. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do these, but instead of doing this Allen key kind of shape, we're just going to do just a normal screw. So for that we need a box, and we're going to click cube because we need it to be a cube, and just something like that would do. Then we're going to add turbo smooth. We're going to give it 3 iterations. Then we're going to convert it to an editable poly, or just click edit poly. Actually, I'm going to do that. And we're going to select a cross shape, just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, in fact we should have deleted the back of this, but we'll sort that out after. We're going to click, if we can find it, inset, and inset it a bit, that would do, and then extrude it inwards a little bit, press the plus, do it back, press the plus, and then just click OK for now and make it level in, never figure out which one, the Z axis where you want it. Click extrude again, backwards a little bit, and then inset, just like that. And this line we don't actually need anymore. Convert it to an editable poly and just delete half polygons and center the pivot to the object. Just gonna add a turbo smooth to that. That looks like a pretty good screw. So in front view we're just gonna move this about. That looks fine, but that looks like a massive screw. So what I might do is make the holes a bit smaller. So in polygon mode, select the middle one and grow it. Well, constraints back to none, just like that. And then the same, actually not the same yet. Select the screw and size it down. Okay, selecting the wrong thing there, we want the screw. Yeah, okay. And just size this one down again. Grow it. Make this screw a bit smaller. So that's the hardware done. Next we want to do the bit that the rope attaches to. In fact, no, we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to do this groove where the BG logo sits. So we want to grab these edges and maybe move them along. Actually, this way. Let's see if that looks alright. Yeah, it's fine. We're going to use these edges. Let's see, press X, yep, to straighten them out. X to straighten them out. That looks fine. And so then we're going to select these and we're going to do an inset. That looks good. Well, we just want the one, and then we're going to extrude it inwards a little bit. Press the plus, press the plus again, and then press OK, and then inset it. Yep, looks fine. So we have the shape set back. So it looks like we need to add some edge control. So swift loop that just inside. We'll move it about after Let's see. You know what? In fact, what I'm going to do is keep it to a circle and just add another iteration to that, because then it's something different from the actual picture. So we now want that. In fact, no, we don't want that on the other side. Why is that? I only got one. In fact, we don't want that either. So let's just grow that. And delete, and just delete these. And then we want to bridge these. So select these edges and just bridge them. Let's see, do we want that? Okay, let's just delete that and bridge them. And what we want to do is come to vertex mode and cut a shape around here. Just connect these. And then weld these together. And then we want to cut again. So cut. Like that. That's alright. That works. So now what we need to do is we need to make this hole, but we're not going to make it in the mesh. What we're going to do is we're going to make it separately, and it's going to attach to the back. So just get a box. Actually, we want a box, not a cube. That'll do. Just drag that back. Yeah, that looks alright. Convert it to an editable poly. Edge mode, connect two edges, pinch them like that, and then I'm going to select these edges and extrude them. Well, not so far. Yeah, actually seems alright. And then we want to delete those polygons and click Swift Loops and just make some edges. And add a turbo smooth. 2 iterations isoline. That will do. Then just drag our material on there and make this rope. We're just going to use a line for this, and then the top view just drag something out. Yeah, close that spline. Top. Just move these. Just make the shape that you basically want. You want both these to be smooth. So you want editable poly? No, don't want that. Want that to be a Bezier corner. That'll do. Rendering, we want both, enable a viewport, any shape. And then in the top view we want to move this about. And then in the front view move it up. And then drag these down. Let's make it a bit thicker. Why not? Let's bump the side. Well, okay then. Bump the sides up a little bit. Actually, no. Just keep that at 12, or convert it, and then add turbo smooth. And just for fun, we'll add a little logo here. So with the text tool, we want to type BG, but because we're games defined, I'm going to type GD just to be special. Where is that thing? Perspective. Make that smaller. Well, rotate it 90 degrees to stand up. So we want to just take that off, change the text to something we like. That will do, that's fine. And change the size, just convert it to an editable poly. Select these, extrude, well no, extrude. Do them a bit now. Let's see if we can do something. Yeah, just select all ledgers and just bevel, chamfer it tiny bit. just going to make a different colour and diffuse that down a bit and add that to the hardware. Probably look awful, but you know. So this could have been a lot better, but you get the idea. You know, you get the idea behind it, so you can easily adjust that yourself. But that looks like we've done the machete. We could add some grips, which is basically just auto grid that. Just a plane. Just rotate this. Convert it to an editable poly, and then inset that. Add some swift loops, and then drag that out. Add a turbo smooth. Okay, that needs rotating. So like that is pretty awful, but you know, you get the idea. In fact, I'm just going to leave them on there because they don't look that bad. So that's the machete complete. Hope you learned some good tips while you were watching and hopefully following along. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week for another tutorial. Actually no, I'll see you on Saturday for a quick tip. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.